There. It's Colleen, and I want to talk to you today about how to reduce the number of times or the amount that you get triggered by your kids. So when you want to stop getting triggered by your kids, it's as important to learn the skill of accepting your fails. Yes, you heard right, accepting your fails, at the same time as practicing the skills to change. And there's reasons for that are number one, because the triggers are there because of your past experience, which has affected your nervous system wiring, right? And that's why you get emotionally triggered in the first place. So that type of change takes time. And the second reason it's important is because that type of what I call radical acceptance is part of what actually helps us heal the triggers. Okay. So I'm going to give you an overview here and recommend a three-pronged approach. And again, this is happening over time. So in the moment when you're triggered, you're going to pause as soon as you catch yourself, which at the beginning is probably going to be after you've said something you regret. And that's okay because you're still at the beginner level, okay? So you're going to give your feelings and sensations some attention and some care if you can. And if your child is small and needs your attention and you can't break at that point, you're going to just use whatever tools you can to calm yourself. And then you're going to wait until you're calm before you go back to your child and try to resolve things. Okay. The second part of your three-pronged approach is going to be repairing when necessary with your child. If you've said something you regret or you wish you could have said differently. So you're going to do the repair, and you're going to remember that you're practicing a super important life skill when you do that. So there's no shame in repairing. There's nothing to feel bad about when you're using your repairing skills. You're practicing an important skill for yourself, and you're also role modeling a really important skill for your children. Okay, no relationships are perfect, as you know. The third thing is that you're going to take some uninterrupted time when you have a bit of space away from your kids. So that might be when they're at school or in the evening after they've gone to bed, or maybe even in the morning if you get up before them, to have a bit of time to yourself. And you're going to bring your awareness into your body sensations and do some tracking of that sensation. And just get a little bit curious about what's going on, because when we've been triggered, we typically tend to dissociate from an uncomfortable sensation. And as I said earlier, there'll be something about that sensation or that body experience that you're having that's related to a past experience that's gotten wired into your nervous system somehow. So for this last strategy, you can do that by yourself, by tracking the sensation, staying present with it, bringing some love and acceptance to it. Or if it's too big for you and you aren't able to stay present with it alone, and you've tried a few times and maybe you're not making any progress, you can get some help from someone who's able to stay present, someone who's regulated and can stay regulated as you share what's going on with you, because that helps you to co-regulate with them. So that's how I have personally learned to get less triggered, and I built my capacity or my ability to stay calm in the face of fairly triggering situations. And it's also how I help parents when I do coaching sessions with them. So I help with practical strategies, and I also help with tracking sensations when the triggers that are coming up for them are quite big and they aren't able to make any headway on their own. So that is a summary of how you reduce your tendency to get triggered by your kids. And again, it happens over time with practice and with giving yourself a lot of grace. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks for listening today. I'll see you next time. Oh, and I'm going to pop a couple of links for other related videos in the notes below that you may find helpful. Thank you.